Alright, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Matt here. This is Nabs Fight Media coming at you with another video. So I just want to talk about like some kind of news about the Jake Paul and Tommy Fury fight. Obviously, he's not fighting Tyson Fury. Why would he fight Tyson Fury? That'd be just crazy. But I will say, imagine if that fight happened in the future. That'd be nuts. I would tune into that fight. Tyson Fury and Jake Paul, just to see, I think we know what happened, but it'd just be interesting to watch that fight. The animosity, all the press conferences, I would love that fight. But what we have right now is already pretty good. Jake Paul is versing Tommy Fury, the younger brother of Tyson Fury, the undisputed heavyweight world champ of the world. Seems like he's going to retire, but, that's a talk for another time. But, Tyson Fury responded to Jake Paul. Jake Paul, he challenged Tyson Fury. I think Tyson Fury was willing to bet like $500,000, $500,000 on Tommy Fury to beat Jake Paul and making that wager with Jake Paul himself. Jake Paul responded in a Twitter video by saying, hey, that's nothing. If you're really confident, bet $1 million. Tyson Fury accepted this little wager, and now it's a thing. So it would have been really cool to see Tyson Fury bet like a lot more. If he bet like, I know it's crazy. You got to be responsible with your money. I'm just saying, if he was really confident in his brother, bet $10 million. See what Jake Paul has to say. If he accepts, that'd be crazy. Because I feel like, not that Tyson Fury has $10 million to spare. Like I know how important money is. Like millions are still millions. But if he did that, I would like to see how Jake Paul would have responded. That would have been crazy. But still, this is gonna be a good card. Amanda Serrano and Carvajal. I believe that's the co-main, and then it's Jake Paul and Tommy Fury. Madison Square Garden, August 6th. That's honestly going to be... That's right around the corner, man. Sorry, my cursor was on here, but it's right around the corner. Jake Paul, big right hand, so it's something Tommy Fury's going to have to be worried about, but he does have more experience than Jake Paul. I just feel like if Jake Paul wins this fight, there's no way that he can... fight guys that are not as good as Tommy Fury. They either have to be better than Tommy Fury, which would mean in terms of boxing, so that would mean they'd have to be like a higher level of boxers than that of Tommy Fury. And that's where it kind of gets a little bit dangerous for Jake Paul. The gamble becomes a little bit greater than fighting, UFC fighters. Obviously, you might get a Masvidal or an Nate Diaz in there, which would I think would be acceptable just because those guys have big names. There's a market for that fight, as opposed to other boring fighters. He could fight KSI or another one of these YouTubers, but as Jake Paul continues to fight to increase his opposition in terms of boxers, it's going to be tough for him because he's going to start to see these guys that don't even have big names are going to kind of give him problems because these guys have been doing it for their whole lives. But it was just interesting to see Jake Paul and Tyson Fury make that bet, just because I don't know, these guys have a lot of money, and the fact that they're willing to put a lot of it on the line because they think their guy's going to win. Jake Paul thinking himself is going to win, and then Tyson Fury putting money on his little brother Tommy. So yeah, we'll see with the drug testing. I believe Jake Paul agreed to drug testing, so Jake wins this fight, you got to stop with the accusations, right? Because if he's clean, he's clean. You can't bring that up anymore. But how does it look if Tommy Fury loses this fight? You're kind of damaging the Fury legacy, but at the same time, Tyson Fury is completely separate from Tommy Fury, so at the same time, you can't ever really take away anything from what Tyson Fury has already done. He beat Deontay Wilder on 2 occasions, stopped him, had a draw, and I think Tyson Fury actually won the first fight. So, there's a lot of give and take. He's undisputed. He's the champ. Nobody wants to fight Deontay Wilder, and he's the guy that stopped him. He used his body, his reach, his weight to smother Deontay, not let him get off as many punches as he wanted. Granted, he got caught a few times, but at the same time, Deontay Wilder never knocked him out. Tyson Fury has displayed a willingness to get up. So will that transfer into Tommy Fury against Jake Paul? Probably not, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. We expect Tommy Fury to put on a show, but at the same time, Jake has a big name, and he obviously has power in that right hand. Will Tommy Fury have a strategy? If he listens to his brother, who knows? I think that the knowledge that the Fury family has should be enough to beat Jake. But then again, we don't really know how good Tommy Fury really is when he's in the he's in the deep fire, and when he's in deep water, how does he react? Does he crack under pressure? Does he rise to the occasion? And that's just something we're gonna have to wait and see for, which is why I'm kind of excited for this fight. You know, purists, like true core boxing fans are gonna be like, nah, I'm not gonna watch this thing, but you know, people are gonna be talking about it, so you might as well watch it. Don't If you don't want to look at it as a boxing match, look at it I said in a video before, look at it as a spectacle. It's more of a show than anything else, and it's like a character. Jake Paul's playing a character. He's a smart man. He's not as much of a I don't want to curse. I don't want to cuss. Like, he's not this like annoying and rude at heart. It's something it's a persona you got to put on. He's trying to be like Mayweather, trying to be like Conor McGregor, but you know, you can't blame him. He's making money. Boxing's a business, and he's kind of figured out YouTube, so he's trying to translating his audience from YouTube into boxing. He's created his own new demographic when it comes to boxing, so kudos to him. But that's basically all I wanted to cover. That little bet, the wager, it's going to be interesting. Let's see who loses $1 million. Obviously, for these guys, it's not that much. They're already multi-millionaires, but still, it's a pride thing, and we'll see what happens. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you for the constant support. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.